Hi, I just want to take a few minutes to go over the content of this course, what's in the course, and maybe briefly just before that, I'll look at why you might want to do the course. Okay, there are probably two main reasons why somebody might want to produce a MOOC at low cost or lower the cost of producing a MOOC. The first one is to do with lack of resources. You may be an individual working on your own, you may have a particular course that you teach or a course that you would like to teach and make open to the world, and you may not have the resources of some of the big institutions. Or you may be a small institution and you would like some of the staff members to teach a free online course and still not have those types of resources that the large institutions would have. So having low-cost production techniques could be very useful in both these situations, for both these types of people. Also, the audience that you are looking to, that would be viewing your MOOC, is probably a relatively small audience compared to the huge audiences that have viewed MOOCs in the past. It could be a less popular topic. It could be a more specialized topic at maybe a higher level or more advanced level, so less people would be doing it. It might be in a minority language, or it could be to do with some topic that changes very rapidly, like new technologies. All these would be ones with small target audiences. And remember, if we don't have low-cost ways of producing open courses for these small target audiences, then those courses will never be produced. Something I'd like to think you to think about now is, why would this be important to you? What's your motivation for lowering the cost? Is it that you have a small specialized audience, or is it that you have lack of resources or whatever? Just think about that. Okay, what's in this course? What are you going to learn in this course? Well, hopefully by the end of the course, you'll know why you want to develop a MOOC. I'm sure you have a pretty good idea of that now, but you really need to know that before you do undertake it. What's the purpose of it? You'll want to know, can you do it? Is this an achievable objective? If you are going to do it, what are the issues that are going to arise? What are the challenges that are going to face you? How are you going to address these issues in a low-cost manner within the resources that are available to you? What do you need to actually do this? What sort of equipment, software, those types of things? Okay, maybe even what sort of support systems if you're in a small institution. So what does your organization need? Okay, so what will actually be in the course? Well, we've divided the course into 4 areas. And the first of those areas is about tools and techniques, how to use those tools as well. So it's largely about content creation, particularly about producing short videos like this, but also about sourcing content elsewhere. Now, when you create the content, you're going to have to put your course somewhere, so you're going to have to host a course, and it'll be looking at low-cost approaches to hosting as well. Teaching methods. How would you go about tweaking your own teaching methods if you've already taught? How should they be different in a MOOC? We'll be referring particularly to 2 types of MOOCs called XMOOC and CMOOC that you may or may not have heard of before, but we're going to be referring to it in another video this week. So I do want you to look into this. I'll more about that in a minute. Institutional systems, that will be the third topic we'll cover. So if you're in a small institution that needs maybe a number of people, or you want to encourage your staff to develop MOOCs, how would you, in a low-cost manner, set up infrastructure and maybe workflow processes and give them the support to do this? And last, assessment and accreditation, which is not necessarily a low-cost topic, but we feel that this should be covered, because in the end, we can produce we can produce free courses online that will enable access to education for millions of people all over the world. But to make it really valuable to them, to make them more employable, we need to think about how we might give them assessment and accreditation in a low-cost way. Okay, I do want to say one thing about what's not in the course. Of course, there's lots of things that are not in this course, but there's one thing that we're worried that people might expect to be in the course that's not in the courses. We're not here to tell you how to operate software. We'll tell you of various types of tools that are available. We may give you the names of specific tools that you can use, but as for how to use those tools, you'll have to find that out elsewhere. We may be able to point you to instructions on how to use specific software, and your peers on the course, the others on the course, may be able to do that as well, but it's not going to be directly addressed in this course. Okay, and now to finish off, an activity for you. Okay, I mentioned XMOOC and CMOOC. XMOOC is what's known as a transmission MOOC, where information is largely pushed out from the expert to the non-expert, as it were, transmission of information. CMOOC is what's known as a connectivist MOOC, where people connect together and help each other to put knowledge together. They may be stimulated by an expert who will suggest ideas, but they'll ask them to do research and come back and discuss and share what they found, or share what they know already. Hopefully there'll be a bit of that in this course as well, where you do a certain amount of research, or you bring your previous experience to bear. Now, I have a couple of questions for you, I'd like you to look up XMOOC and CMOOCs a bit more. So do a bit of research on it, find out about them, okay? And what I want you to consider is, do you think that it's a clear distinction between XMOOC and CMOOC? Is it a useful distinction? And it's not compulsory, but we'd very much like you to go to the discussion area and give your views on what an XMOOC is, what a CMOOC is, and if the ideas are useful. So thanks for listening, and that's it for this video. Bye now.